Hello everyone, welcome back. So you can see I'm playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe again, and today I'm going to be showing off the Golden Dash Cup, which is part of the 2 new cups that were added in the first wave of DLC, which is very nice. And if you have a Nintendo Online subscription, you get it for free, which is very cool. Yeah, I know some people were complaining about the new editions where it's like up to $50 now, because they're like, oh, you only get Sega and N64, which is kind of fair, but frankly, I do like the selection they have for like the NES, N64, SNES, the Sega games. So for me, I was always just going to keep that subscription anyway. So it is kind of nice that the expansion pass, they added some free DLCs here and there. Like the first one they kind of did was for Animal Crossing. So yeah, I do like that aspect of it, where not only do they get the classic games, but then you also get little benefits here and there. And this is one of them. Yeah, these I actually haven't played yet. I've gotten all the other, DLC for this game, but I haven't played any of these new maps. Yeah, this one is definitely from the Mario Kart, what's it called? It's like World Tour, I think, for the phone. Oh, wrong button. Need to get back into playing Mario Kart. You son of a bitch, Waluigi. Yeah, this one's definitely from that tour game. We are. Got my classic flying squirrel parachute. Yeah, I'm still in the process. I don't know exactly which ones I want to use. This is definitely the cart that I like to use. But the tires and the parachute, all that kind of matters. Oh, look at Waluigi. I think he's smart taking a shortcut back there. Yep. See if I get him with that shell. Oh, shit, wrong. Okay, definitely not that way. Yeah. Take that, brother. Yeah, these maps do look nice, I will say. I'm already on the first one, and I'm definitely liking it. So they had a lot of, they did like an Animal Crossing DLC pack, and then they had the one with the Hyrule and the Link, which was very cool. So yeah, I will say, I do like what Nintendo's doing with the Switch games, like for Ultimate Super Smash Bros., or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where they just have like one game with all this incredible amount of content in it, where they're kind of doing that now with Mario Kart 8, because the initial set, I think it came with, what was it? It was like, damn, I actually can't remember now. It was, I think they ended up with like 12 total, or maybe 8 total, because I think initially the game launched with 8, like, Grand Prix and all that. And then I think they added 4 more Grand Prix through DLC. So like 16 new tracks total. But the one that they're doing now is insane. They're actually, basically, like, the amount of tracks that were in the base game, which was, I think it was 8 total. I think it was like 4 and... It was either they started with 4 and added 4 later, or they started with 6 and added 4 later. I don't know, man. I don't remember. But either way, however many tracks they had in the base game with the DLC added, they're actually adding that exact number again. So let's say the base game had like 32 tracks, they're adding 32 more tracks to the game, which is just incredible. So it's like, it's one of those things like with Super Smash Bros., for instance, where they always had this like large roster of characters, and they just like slowly added to it as the games went on. And then Ultimate came out, and they were like, and here's every character. So it is kind of nice that they're essentially doing that now with Mario Kart as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Because this first wave they added came with 8 new tracks, so 2 new Grand Prix. It's going to drive me crazy, so after this video I'm going to go back to the select screen and just make sure I know the exact number. Ooh, this one's from the 3DS. I probably have played this one then, because I've played Mario Kart 7, which I'm assuming would be where this is from. Yeah, a lot of these maps look new to me. And also, too, the fact that, like, let's say a map came from the N64 or from the 3DS, you'll have a lot of them that look pretty significantly different just because of the graphical improvements. So that is one nice thing when they bring back classic maps. They do look very unique in their own right, just being in a new game, in a new engine. So that is one thing I'll definitely say about Mario Kart 8. It is damn beautiful. When you look at this game, and it came out a pretty decently long time ago. But it's crazy what, like, first-party Nintendo games can do with the very limited capabilities they have with the hardware. Oh, did he really dodge all of them? You're not going to dodge this? Oh my god. And then I get hit with a green shell. Yeah, that is one thing that is consistently impressive about Nintendo. I mean, people forget that the Switch is like paper thin when they're like, oh, this game sucks, or this game runs at 30 FPS. It's like, dude, it's as thin as a little notebook. Like, it's just, It's as thin as like a little, what do you call it? Like one of those little tablets. It's crazy. And the fact that it has that hybrid functionality and the price point too. Like people are like, oh yeah, you know, iPads, they have more power to them. It's like, yeah, they're also like $1,000 to go past the price point. It's like the Switch is a nice little hybrid console. You can dock it, play it at home, or you can, you know, take it off the dock. It's a nice little console. I like it. I don't really know where they're going to go from here, because every generation they kind of had a new gimmick, where it's like after the GameCube they had the Wii, they had the Wii U, and then they had the Switch. And then in between there they also had the DS and the 3DS, which the DS gimmick was like, oh, 2 screens, one of them's a touchscreen. Oh, I'm just getting blasted here. This is a bad way to end this one. And then the 3DS was like, oh yeah, it takes the gimmick of the DS and adds a 3D function to it. So it's like they always had some little gimmick. Like the Wii obviously was motion. The Wii U was like, hey, you got a screen in your hand and the screen on the TV, and there's still some motion games. So it's nice that the gimmick for the Switch is basically like, hey, it's an improved version of the Wii with like the Joy-Con motion controls, and it's also a portable console, home console hybrid. So it's like, as far as the gimmicks go, I think this one was by far the best. Oh, this one's, yeah, see, it's from the N64, but this one's also in that World Tour for the phone. This one I have played this one somewhat recently. But yeah, that is one thing I'll definitely always give Nintendo credit for. They're very good about making stylized games. Although one thing I do hold next at is they get a little bit higher on the hardware side, just because it's hard for them to keep up with the other consoles. Like right now, you know, Sony and Microsoft, they're looking at like 4K, 120 frames per second games, and Nintendo's still like, yeah, we got 1080p. When you're in handheld mode, it's 720p. So it's like it's fine for a lot of these. Like this game here, when you look at it, it just looks, it's beautiful, run at 60 frames per second, nice and smooth. But it is definitely hard for developers to actually make games that look this good. Nintendo's just a masterclass at making games like this. So for them, it's not so bad. But you look at a company like Game Freak, which, I mean, they work somewhat to the best of their ability, but they have been slacking a bit in the last few years. Like Sword and Shield I definitely liked, but you can tell, oh, I just ruined Mario's day there, made it even worse. But you can tell they definitely are lacking a little bit in catching up to modern times. Like people, granted the first shift to like full 3D in Sword and Shield, that was always going to be a little bit bumpy, just because it's a new territory for them. But then even in like Arceus, for example, Legend of Arceus, there's just some weird, it's not as smooth as it should be, given how much money, you know, Nintendo gives to Game Freak and how much they make off the sale of their games. Just doesn't exactly add up is what I'm saying. They need to put a little bit more effort. And I mean, granted, the hardware capabilities do kind of hold it back, but you look at something like Breath of the Wild, for instance, and it's like way different. You compare Legends of Arceus to Breath of the Wild, and it's like night and day in what they're able to do with what they have. They're close, I'll give them that. Like, they're kind of on the verge of being similar, but at the same time, not really. It's like what Breath of the Wild was able to do is just insane. You look at the polish of that game, the amount of things you can do. You can climb feasibly any surface in the game, which just blew my mind the first time I played it. Oh yeah! Oh, okay, I think I did get it. Had me scared for a second. But yeah, they've always been good with first-party games. It's just some of the third-party developers, and even the first-party ones like Game Freak, they don't work around the hardware as well as they probably should. And that is one thing I would kind of like to see in a new generation. Alright, this is it. The Coconut Mall. Which I've never actually played before. So this one is new to me. I don't even think I played this one in the World Tour. Alright, Luigi. This is for the history books here. Yeah, one weird thing about the way I'm having to record today, for whatever reason, and I've never had this happen before, if I go to record this on my TV, it actually shuts off the feed to my TV, and it only shows the capture footage on the Elgato, which has never happened before, and I have no idea why it's doing this. But I think it's only a Switch thing. Like, for whatever reason, when I plug up the other consoles, it doesn't do this. But yeah, I'm having to play watching the live footage back on my computer. Which, thankfully, in the newer versions of the Elgato Capture, they have what's called live preview footage or something like that. So there's no difference in the latency. Like, when you're watching it on the preview mode, it looks exactly like it would if you're just looking at your TV. So that is good. No latency loss there for games like Mario Kart, which very much matter if there's any kind of lag or latency issue. So that is good at least, but I do need to figure that out. For my future, I want to get back into streaming and doing weekly uploads, which for something like Dark Souls, I definitely don't want to play on a little monitor here. For Nintendo games, it's fine, because it's like, obviously, if you're playing on the Switch, you're on a much smaller view than what I'm getting right now. I definitely like the feel of this map. This is a good one. A lot of drifting going on. Probably shouldn't have got rid of that thing, but I do want some... I need some coins. So I'm hoping to... Oh, just stole that guy's mushroom. You son of a bitch. Hopefully I can get one of those coin bundles, where it gives you like 3 of them. The one thing that is really annoying with how Mario Kart works, like for instance, the first race I got first place, the second one I got like 6th, so that one did not do very good. I'm gonna throw that one backwards there, do a nice little drift. And then the third one I got first, and then if this one I get first, you would think, oh, you know, you got first 3 out of 10 times, that's pretty good. I'm probably not going to get a single star for this, like finishing the Grand Prix. Oh, nope. Yeah, perfect timing. I got that item exactly when I needed it. Yeah, I do wish there were more items like that where you could just blow things up. But then you have the annoying ones like the little lightning strike that actually destroys your items that you're holding. So that one can also screw you if you're trying to hold on to one of those little boombox busters for when a blue shell comes in. But yeah, anyway, I got first place now on 3 of the tracks, and I lost on one of them, so you can see I got first place there, which means I'll still get the golden trophy for getting first, but the stars, they are super stingy on the stars. I think one of them I got first 3 times, and I got third place in one of the races, and it gave me 1 star, which, if you get first place in all of them, you get 3 stars, but it's just insane that if you get third in even one of those races, they're like, I'm gonna give you 1 star. It is very brutal how they do the star ratings in this. Congratulations! Alright, now show me how many stars I got. It's gonna be 0. I bet you anything. Oh, okay. I gotta go back to the Grand Prix, see that again. Yeah, see? Golden Dash Cup, 0 stars. It's very brutal. Alright, so that is it for the Golden Dash Cup. I'll be back at some point with the other one, and then just kind of hold off until the, next wave drops. But yeah, I'm hoping to get into streaming next week, or whatever time this video drops. It'll probably be in the week that I'm going to be trying to get back into streaming. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.